Everyone who spends money should be aware of what cash flow is all about. You see, I was on Twitter over the weekend and I saw some people tweet about the fact that they are practically starting this year afresh because they cannot really account for how they spent their money last year. I mean, they knew money was coming to their account, they were spending stuff, they were receiving payments, but at the end of the day, they cannot really account for how they spent the money and nothing seems to be available at the moment. So when I saw that, I was like, let me record a video on cash flow. So in this video, I'll be telling you about cash flow and how a good understanding of cash flow will help your personal finance and be more buoyant financially. The first thing we need to address is explaining what cash flow is all about. You see, from the name, cash flow is simply all about how money comes into and leaves your accounts, right? For instance, let's say your parents give you 100,000 naira every month and you spend roughly 85,000 naira. While charting your cash flow, it shows 100,000 naira inflow, 85,000 naira outflow. You see, um, cash inflow is the money that comes into your account. Cash outflow is the money that leaves your account. So let me take a bit of time to talk more about cash inflow. Basically, there are three ways that cash inflow occurs. The first is operational cash inflow. That simply deals with what you do. For instance, let's say you work in a firm and they pay your salary. What they pay you is as a result of it, it becomes your operational cash flow, right? Because it's as a result of what you did or what you have done. Then another category is investment cash inflow. For instance, let's say you bought Solana when it was pumping and you sold it at a good price and you had return on your investments. Adding that to your income, that is investment cash inflow. The third category is donational cash inflow. I mean, girls experience this a lot. Let's say your man sends you money and all that. That is donational. I mean, you didn't work for it, but people just send you. That is how cash, donational cash inflow works. So let's move now to cash outflow. Cash outflow is simply all about expenses, right? Bills, utility, and any other thing you spend money on. That is cash outflow. So, having said that, how do you calculate your cash flow? It is simple: net income minus expenses. By net income, I mean your actual income minus all these taxes and all that. So it is big. It is basically income minus expenses, right? So with my previous analogy, let's say you get 100,000 naira income and you have 85,000 naira expenses. And when you minus that, you have 15,000 naira cash flow. That is positive cash flow because you still have money left, right? But let's say you spend more than um, what you what came into your account, you have a negative cash flow. You see, that is how it works. So you might ask me and be like, all right, John, so how do I improve my cash flow and all that? Well, the very first thing I'll tell you is to do your best possible to earn more, right? You cannot cash flow your way out of insufficient funds. For instance, let's say the bill you have to pay is probably around 200,000 naira and you are earning, let's say, 190,000 naira. I mean, the margin is so close, you probably spend more expenses. So, first thing is to spend more. Second stuff is to identify avoidable expenses. Let me give you an instance. Let's say you always buy food every day and you spend roughly 100,000 naira on food. You might be like, next month, let me just buy food and cook myself. I mean, buy food stuff and cook. Because you see it as an avoidable expense. So that avoidable expense might kind of vary from time to time. Then the third thing I'll tell you is to have a percentage of your income that you'll be saving. And please, on this, be as realistic as possible. Some people can conveniently save 75% of their income. I save around 70, 75 at the moment. So some can conveniently save it, some cannot. So depending on you have to, that's why personal finance is personal, right? So I have shared with you about cash flow, about how you can improve your cash flow and you can get better financially. So if this video really helped you, I mean, you gained from it, do well to like it and subscribe to my channel. I look forward to seeing you the other time. Thank you so much.